Now my cousin needed a house girl. But I had been admitted to Utari College. So after 6 months, she didn't increase the salary. So I went back to her humbly and I told her, Mama so and so, you had said this, it has not happened. So when I told my cousin, she was like, she was waiting for me to say. My cousin told me, I will take you back tomorrow, straight. In fact, she said, straight tomorrow. And you will tell me if you will ever come out of that place if it were not for me. So she told her husband, take her to Nyamakema. Shh, Molo line. Up to Molo.
And welcome to another episode on Get Naked with Lydia. I'm your host Lydia Wanjiru, and this is Get Naked with Lydia, where we hold authentic conversations about lifestyle, relationships, friendships, and even today it's different because we are talking about something that I've really wanted to talk for a long time, and that is domestic or casual laborers. And our guest today is here to talk about her experience in the industry, where she has been a how do I call her, a house girl or a house manager for 15 years. She has traveled to the US, to the United Emirates countries. She has gained skills, and now she's helping house girls and domestic workers how to navigate the industry, and even she's just educating all of us, especially those people who employ these casual laborers, into what goes into creating the environment that will work both for the employee and the employer. And before I let her introduce herself, let me just plug you on our shoot location today. This is a 1-bedroom apartment from Edmo Suits Airbnb company. You can have it as an Airbnb where you stay for a long term or a short term. If you're looking for somewhere to spend a weekend, to spend a week, to spend a month, and or even just a night, look out for Edmo Suits. They have different apartments in different areas of the town: Kileleshwa, Riverside, and Westlands, from studio apartments up to 4 bedrooms apartments, fully furnished, fully serviced, to make sure that your stay is as comfortable as possible. And because I don't want to talk much, thank you for 18,000 subscribers so far. Kindly, if you're watching this video, hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. Turn on the notification so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. And now, without talking too much, because I know naeza ongea sana, let me introduce our guest today, because I'm really excited to hear from her. I'm really excited to listen to her and even learn. And I hope any one of us watching this, whether you're an employer or an employee in this type of industry, you're going to learn something. Now let's get into it. Our guest today, karibu sana ma'am, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming to grace your presence in our channel. Okay. And the moment I received your TikTok DM, is it on TikTok, right?
Yes.
Maybe you can tell, you can introduce first yourself. You can introduce yourself to the audience, and then you can tell them why you reached out to me, what you saw, and then now we can get into it.
Okay. My name's Lucy Kuria. I met Lydia on TikTok. Somebody forwarded to me something she was talking about. And she was talking about house girls. And because this is what I do, I got really interested. And that is how I met Lydia.
Wow.
Lucy is a mother. Lucy is a wife. And Lucy is currently encouraging and empowering our house girls. We call them nannies, we call them house managers. And I do this work with a lot of passion and a lot of love, because I've been one of them. I have educated my children, raised my children doing this job. It is a job I love so much. Most people would say, why do you love to work in people's homes?
Like me, I would ask, because I hate house chores.
There are people who are just created to help others.
True.
Because when you are working in somebody's house, you are literally leaving your work in your house, your children, and you join another person to easy their job. So this is a job that I call a noble job.
It is really.
It is really a noble job. And that is why we are saying when our house girls are working for you, you need to give them a lot of peace of mind because they have come with baggages from their own homes, and you need them to have peace in your house so that they'll be able to take care of your children.
True, true.
Lucy is also a gospel artist.
Wow.
Yes, I do. I sing for my God. And I encourage children. I love family and children. I encourage children in churches. I encourage children in people's homes. I encourage children wherever I am. And I think that thing of children and family is in me. And I feel excited that the Lord put something about the family in me, because you know God loves family.
God loves family.
God loves family.
Yeah, and maybe before we continue, where do you post your music for those who would be interested to listen?
Thank you. I do post my music on YouTube. I'm called Teacher Lucy K Music.
Okay.
That's where you can get my music. I said earlier, I'm also on TikTok. I'm called Lucy 710, and we are shouting there and encouraging people, educating them, and just saying anything you want us to say there, because even your feedback gives us what you want us to talk about. I'm really happy that I've been having very positive response. So when I'm walking this journey, I am feeling motivated by other people encouraging me to continue doing what I do because of the positive vibes that they have been sending back to me. And I want to say thank you so much for the positive vibes that you have been giving me. They make me wake very early in the morning. They make me search for what should be done, what should not be done, so that we can have harmony in our families.
The feedback, they motivate.
They really motivate me, because you know, in the social media, you can really be beaten there. But I want to thank God, because it is His purpose that I encourage people in the family. I lift their souls. I give them hope. This is what God wants people to do to other people.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, before we get into it, how are house girls, nannies, house managers supposed to be called? Because sometimes I think we get confused. Are they who are nannies, who are house managers, who are house girls?
Yes.
What is the professional name to call these noble workers?
People call them different names, and it is good. The word you feel to call them. Maybe some people call them house girls. In the Bible, they are called housemaids. Those house girls are also in the Bible. And I always say, if you see something noted in the Bible, it is very important. When you are employing these people, know that there are people who employed them many years.
True.
And either they are recorded good or bad. People call them nannies. A nanny is somebody who is just taking care of children. They take the emotions of the child. They take care of the emotion of the child when the parents are not there. They teach the children good manners. They talk to the children when the parents are not there, and they don't do any other thing.
Okay.
They are those people who work all the works in the house. They are cooking, they are taking care of the children, they are cleaning the house. So it depends on how you call them in your house.
Okay.
Because we have people who want strictly nannies, just to take care of the children, and they have other cleaners who will come, or maybe a chef who's coming to cook. So there are different names that they are being called. There is not a specific name that we can say according to the work that you want them to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, Lucy, let's get into the history of how you got into this industry. Why did you get into this industry and not any other? Did you go to school for it, or how did you start until where you are? And what has been your experience in the industry? Because I understand you have traveled as a house girl, as a nanny.
Yes.
You've traveled. So maybe you can take us through your story, and then now we get to the educative part of it.
Okay. Lucy is a very humble girl from a very humble and poor family. When I say I have traveled, this is God. Because I was raised in Molo, a very small place called Kenya. I like that place. It's a very remote place. It's a place even you tell people they can't relate with it. And a girl coming from that place and moving around the world is nothing but God.
God's grace.
I don't take it to me, but I give all the glory to God. When I was there in Molo, surprisingly, from the time I was born to going to high school, I had never left my house. So the only people I was relating with were my parents. They are late. I'm an orphan.
Me and
my,
you both.
My parents, the late, they are the only ones I had interacted with. Because of the poverty that we had, my father would not let you go to another person's house. Neither his brother or his sister or a neighbor. Because he realized the moment you go to that house, you will see a cup that is not in your house. You will see something else that is not in your house. So from the time I was born to going to high school, I had not gone anywhere. I was just in the confinement of my family members. I'm a second born. But a first born girl. We were 2 girls and 5 boys. Unfortunately, my sister also left and went to be with the Lord.
So sorry.
Thank you. So, you can imagine, you are poor, your parents have left you, your only sister has left you. Who are you with?
1 girl, 3 boys.
And the boys are just, I don't want to shame anybody here, but they took more to alcohol. So they are not people you could sit down with and say anything. So Lucy was just like, I'm just alone. I thank God because when the hand of God is with you, you can move wherever God is taking you. And that is why, even from there, I have walked, gone, met, interacted with prominent and big people. I am so grateful. So when I went to, I finished my class 8, I went to high school and I was admitted to a very nice school. I like talking about Naivasha girls. It was a provincial school by then. I have told you my parents were very poor. Can you imagine I didn't get the money to go to school? Because they were so poor. I have been called to a big school. You can say a big school.
Yeah.
There's no money.
Naivasha Girls was and is still a big school, right?
It was and is still a nice school. So what happened, I was ministering in the church as a little girl, very tiny girl. So the people of the church said, Lucy, you need to go to school. You cannot stay here. You are so clever.
The power of community.
The power of community. And that is why I came back to the same community. They said, Lucy, no, you cannot stay here. You have to go to school. And by that time, my parents were going to Catholic church. I'm not here to advertise anybody.
No, it's fine.
But they were going to a Catholic school. So what happened, I was taken to the priest with my papers. And what shocked me is that when I went inside, the priest was not prepared that I was coming. But when he was given my papers, he just went inside, came with money in an envelope, and I was given to go to school.
Just like that.
Just like that. A lot of things were put in my head that you can have a problem and the community assists you, not because you are their child, but because they have noticed you can be something else than what you are.
True.
The people of Molo realized that Lucy should not stay here. She needs to go to school. So I did my Form 4. Still going back to Molo. But now when I finished my Form 4, I still passed well. Because that time, getting a C minus, that was okay.
Anything from C is fine.
For me, I say I passed. And what happened is that my
Which year was that, sorry?
That was 1992.
Hey, you had passed.
I had passed.
You had passed. Education
Thank
for
you.
girl child was really not that valuable.
It was not that.
So for you to go to school and attain a C minus, 1992, ulipita.
And surprisingly, wasichana wengi, most of the girls we started with, they had
Dropped
children, they dropped, lack of money and all these.
That's why I've said it wasn't easy for a girl
So
child.
it wasn't easy. And again, I didn't mention to you, when I was given money in the church, I started admiring to be a nun,
The sister
the sister of the church. You know, you're influenced by whatever is next to you.
is next to you. That's how
Whatever
it
is next to you, influence comes from it. And so I was really taking care of myself, because I was told, nuns, they are never married, you have to be a virgin, I don't know, you have to. So I was really working towards
that
it.
goal.
Now my cousin needed a house girl. I had to come all the way to South B to take care of her child, while, in quotes, I wait to get a job.
There's no college arrangement.
There's no college arrangement, but I had been admitted to Utari College. My dad said, sasa umemaliza shule, pesa ingine itatoka wapi na unaona venye tumesumbukana? Hiyo ikaishia hapo. So that's how I started the journey of being a house girl. I came to my cousin, and I normally say a contract can be written or oral. I didn't have a written contract with my cousin. It was oral. So she told me, you will work for me for 6 months, and then I'm going to increase your salary. That time I was just getting 600 shillings
Per month.
per month. I was so grateful because, number one, I have come out of Molo. Number two, I have never been to Nairobi. Number three, I'm eating good food in this house and sleeping well. In Molo, we used to sleep in one bed with my brothers, and my parents could even know. I don't know what was happening those years. You're sleeping with your brother, you're sleeping, two people are sleeping on this side and you are sleeping on the other side. And now I've come, I've been given, I was not sleeping on a bed, but I was given a mattress. I found it to be heaven. So I was not really...
You're sleeping alone.
And I'm sleeping alone, and I'm closing a door when I'm sleeping. I found it to be...
I can only imagine the difference.
You can imagine the difference. So that was a mind opener.
Than the salary.
Than the salary. I couldn't mind. These people are having 2 cars. The husband was having a car. The wife was having a car. And I was like, oh. In my village, you could stay for 2 hours without seeing a car pass, or even 3 hours, or even some hours before you see a single car, a matatu. Not even a personal car, a matatu. And now here I am, just next to the compound, there are 2 cars. There's a fridge. I even didn't know it's a fridge. I remember one day, I make it fun to many people, because I remember one day I opened the fridge, and you know the coldness. I really closed very quickly. I didn't know what was this. And I remember the house was having stairs. So when I went there, the person who brought me, it's like they were trying to play with my mind. And they went upstairs, and I was like, are they going to heaven, or where are they going? Because I didn't know it's a stair.
Okay.
I had never seen such things.
Wow.
It was good to me more than the salary. So after 6 months, I went back to her. And I'm very happy because I did it. I am encouraging our girls. If somebody tells you something, just be patient. When that time comes, go back to them and remind them. It might not be written. I said, my contract was not written. After 6 months, I went back to her, and she could take her child to the clinics, and the doctors were saying, wow, this child is being taken care so well. I felt good. So after 6 months, she didn't increase the salary. So I went back to her humbly, and I told her, Mama so-and-so, you had said this, it has not happened. And this is what most of our girls, they can't.
The courage.
The courage.
You feel like,
you feel
they chase me,
they will chase me, they'll fire me, they'll abuse me, what will they say? But Just talk. You never know. So I went and told her, and she was so rude.
Okay.
What has been increased in this house? You are eating here. Look, I removed you from the village. She's told me lots of things, and I was like, I think this is my cousin. Why is she telling me all these things? She said, no. In fact, from the time you came in this house, things have really changed. You are eating like a pig. You are doing... She said so many things. And I said, no. We agreed. I have been patient. If you will not deliver, then I have to go. I took a step, a bold step. I call it a very bold step because not knowing where to go, I left the house. Surprisingly, when I was in that house, I like reading so much. I'm reading a book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. That's the book I'm reading now. And even then I used to read the newspapers that they were in the house. This is what I'm telling even our girls. When you are working for somebody, don't just work. Add something in your head. Don't just work. Learn something.
Continue seeking.
Continue seeking. And the Bible says, if you seek, you will find. Even when I was there, I was continue seeking for knowledge. I had known then housework was being advertised in the bureau, in the newspaper. And I had seen people say, hey, we want house girl, we want house girl. So I had a number of a certain lady. And I called her. She told me, you just come to Gill House. She doesn't know she's talking to a girl who has just come
From Molo.
from all the way from Molo. She said, you just come to Gill House and you will get me there. So when I told my cousin, she was waiting for me to say this. Furiously, she told me, tomorrow you are going back to Molo and you will tell me if you will ever come out of Molo. This is what most employers are telling our house girls.
The crushing.
The crushing. You will never get such a cup. You will never get such a husband. You will never get such a thing. These are material things. Your time is today. Tomorrow you never know what will happen. I normally talk about my namesake called Lucy Wagojiri. She was once a house girl. And I want to greet her wherever she is.
The famous Wangojiri.
The famous Wangojiri. She was once a house girl. Supposing somebody told her, you will never be anything.
And she believed.
And she believed. You know, my house girls, they are being thrown trash. They are being told crazy things. And they believe. And you coil yourself in that thing that you have been told you will become. No. Our able God is able to place you. This is just a stone. When a house girl is in your house, it is just a stepping stone. She will step on you, step on another one, going to her nice destiny. My cousin told me, I will take you back to Molo, straight. In fact, she said, straight to Molo. And you will tell me if you will ever come out of that place, if it were not for me. She was beating her chest and seeing her greatness and seeing the way God has blessed her, that she's the one who can do other people greater things. We have a God in heaven.
God knows how to balance us.
God knows how to balance us. And I'm telling employers, please stop beating your chest when these girls are in your houses. My friend, you never know why they are there. Just look at them with the eye of God. So she told her husband, take her to Nyamakema. Shh, Molo line. Up to Molo. There is always a seed, a small seed of opportunity in every calamity. True. When he took me there, he told me, God is a moron ndio zile. You know, he was supposed to pay for me and make sure I'm in the car.
In the vehicle.
She said, God is a moron ndio zile.
Yeah.
Shh, he went.
Hata hajalipa ticket.
Hata hajafanya kitu. This is where God held Lucy in his able hands. I called the lady. Hizo wakati zilikuwa zile booths za kuweka pesa. And she told me, come to Gill House. I asked her God. My dad had told me, whenever you want to something, don't ask people. And it is good to tell your children things. Talk to your children. They should know. Mommy said, Daddy said. I knew what my dad had told me. Don't ask anybody when you are lost. Ask a God. So I asked a God. Let me tell you, my angels started working then. Do you know that God looked at me and imagined Nyamakema and Gill House, the distance.
And the confusion from Nyamakema up to up down.
He just knew. For me, I didn't know. He told me, let's go.
Yeah.
He went and took me up to Gill House.
The guard.
The guard.
That's your angel.
I think that he was just placed there as a guard. He was an angel. How can a guard
leave their station?
Leave their station. The Bible says, I will command angels concerning you.
And God commanded that one.
God commands angels concerning our situations, worse situations.
Don't worry. For you.
It worked for me. When I went there, I met a lady who wanted a house girl.
Oh, it's not bureau.
It was a bureau, but now the lady who wanted the house girl was there at that time when I went there.
Everything is working out for you.
Let me tell you, when you place your life to God, worry not. Why worry when you can pray? Trust in Him. He knows the way. Sometimes we are trying to cultivate ways for ourselves.
That's where we go wrong.
That's where we go wrong.
Why is it not working?
Why is it not working?
You're the one who is putting things on your own.
You are putting things on your own. God knows the way. And the way Lydia will pass is not the way Lucy will pass.
True.
I normally talk this and people say, Lucy, you are really favored. And I say, that is why God connected me. This day I'm talking about what we can help our house girls. He couldn't let me have bad employers. God couldn't.
Because He knew He needed to use you.
You know, God knows our Z from A. He knows our Z from A. And in Z, He knows what is in A. For us, we are there confused. You want to fix your plans on God's plans. Let the plans of God direct your life. So this lady, she was so sympathetic, empathetic, loving, nice, patient lady. She told me, Lucy, you have just told me that you finished Form 4. You know those years to finish Form 4 was
an achievement.
You could be employed a very nice job.
Kwanza a girl child.
Kwanza a girl.
1992.
I don't blame my parents because they didn't know what to do next to me. But God knew.
God knew.
She told me, Lucy, how can you start being a house girl and you have done Form 4? How? So when I went to her house, it was encouraging me every day, telling me what I can do. She told me, no, you are going to go to school. I will pay.
Oh God.
She took me to do typing. She bought books. She encouraged me. I don't know what I can say, Lydia. She did lots of things to put me and give me a new face. And I am working for her. She could give me her time. She could donate some of her time for me to go and do other things that can help my life. She would tell me, no, our children have gone to school. What are you being left here doing? We don't wash the house every day. Enda shule. She did great things. Nikasoma mambo mingi. Nikasoma kuwa mwalimu. Nikafanya hizo vitu. She wanted me to work they were working in town in a cyber. And even though in those years, cybers were not common.
And even most people who finished Form 4, the first thing before you go to college, you are doing either driving or cyber.
That time
the
even,
computer packages.
those ones. She was so loving. She didn't see me as a house girl, but she saw me as a nice soul sent to her. A human being sent to her by God. She did all she could do in her means to improve me. When I was working there, that is where I got my husband. Tulikutana tu huko. Mungu akanisaidia, I got my husband there. She even helped us to start our own family.
You are not chased. Most employees, they chase. You're not supposed to talk to the driver. You're not supposed to talk to the gardener.
Yeah, most employees, especially when they say I was married, wanaanza kusema sasa hapa aanze hapa kupata mamimba, morning sicknesses and everything and everything. No, she was intact, and she continued supporting us kidogo kidogo. Sasa releasing us, sasa nimepata bwana and all that. So that is how doing house girl came. So from there, it came a time we parted, and I started getting now high jobs. High jobs as a house girl. I get jobs from ambassadors.
Allah.
And these are the people who could take me to these countries that I talk about. And I started working for high people who also started building my character. Because when you are relating with great people, you look at how they solve their problems, you look at how they talk, you look at how they behave, and if you are a good person who learns very fast, like me, I could really spot, and I say, I've been doing this, I need to change. This is how people do. This is how I'm supposed to do it. We are seeing our employers, all our house girls. I want to start with the employers. When you employ your girl, your dignity lowers in your house. Because you are shouting at them, you are abusing them, you are talking at the highest voice in your house, you are disregarding them. So there's nothing this girl can pick from you. I am so grateful to God, because the people I have been dealing with have taught me to elevate my level of living. Teaching me, Lucy, we don't do things. And they are teaching you politely, lovingly. The Bible says, do unto others the way you'd want them to do unto you. If you are abusing your girl, do you want your employer to abuse you? If you are misbehaving in front of your girl, we have seen employers who really misbehave in front of house girls. And a house girl knows you when you have not made your makeup. She knows how you look like.
Nice. And she can tell you.
She knows your bedroom. She knows how you talk to your guests. She knows what you talk when your guests go. You know. But people behave badly in their homes. But when you meet them in the offices, they are talking nicely. Angels. They are talking so softly on the phone. And when you are shouting at this poor girl, would you want people from your workplace to come and listen to how you talk in your house? Your dignity should be built in your house.
Outward.
As you go out to other people. So me as a house girl, I went to people's houses. And I learned a lot to manage good houses. How foods are cooked, how foods are served, how guests are talked to. You go to other countries, your mind is opened. And now, I said, no, I have outgrown
this level.
I have outgrown this level. And because of I don't know why, even to date, I meet other girls, other house girls, because when you're working with people, very high people, they take their children to play groups. You go meet other children
from other
houses, and of course people talk. You cannot separate people from talking.
They talk.
And you hear there are some people who say when they employ a house girl, I don't want to hear you talking to anybody here. They will talk. There's no way you to prevent, because you also talk to other people.
Why are you preventing someone?
Why are you preventing somebody to talk? Because you also ask other people, even in your workplace, how is your girl? My girl has gone. How do you do them? You ask advice from other people. House girls also ask advice
from other house girls.
From other house girls. Maybe you can say, this is how I'm doing. And the other house girl, they tell you, no, be patient. Do this, and you improve. So people can talk. And I want to tell you, I always meet people who tell me dramas that happened to their lives. And I was like, oh God, why have you always been so good to me? You have been giving me very nice employers. Employers who are elevating me. Employers who are sometimes chipping in to pay school fees for my children. So employers who are taking me to school, because I have done CPR. I have done child development. I have done first aid. I have done many things concern family and children. I forgot to tell you that I did counseling.
Wow.
In the process of the 15 years, I did counseling because I realized when you are dealing with these problems, you need to have tactics and ways of dealing with them.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking and critical. So I have done all these things. Surprisingly, they are paid for. By other people. Employers, please, I beg you. I always beg you, and I'll continue to beg you. When you have your girl, think of what you can do to her. Just think of what you can do to her. You can see she has a skill. How can you improve that skill? Maybe she dropped out of school, and that is why she's in your house. And if you improve her skills, you make her a better person in the community. The community that we talked about, that took care to mind about me. You can also mind to improve the community. These girls come from the community, the poor community. They don't know many things. Why don't you please take your time to improve one girl?
But most employers, because when I highlighted that story that made us have this sitting, I will put the story on the screen for you guys to... No, the video on the screen for you guys to refer to what I'm talking about, because this guy was saying he has employed so many house girls in a span of 2 months. He had employed 8, and some are coming. One knows how to cook but doesn't know how to clean. One knows how to wash, to organize the house, but doesn't know how to deal with children. The children now. Another one knows how to deal with children, doesn't know how to cook chapati. And for me, I was like, if you get someone who is so good at all these things and not good at one thing, cooking chapati, why don't you invest that in them? Bring in a chef. Teach her how to cook food the way you like. You know, the way you cook stew, like to say waru and nyama, potatoes and meat. It is not the same way I cook.
It is so different.
It is not the same way another person cooks.
Sure.
And because I am your employee, you are my employer, you want your stew to be cooked like this. Why don't you teach me?
Why don't you?
We have come from different backgrounds, tribes, lifestyle. Maybe that house girl knows those are the best chapos.
Sure. Which
they only cook in December for Christmas. Those are the best chapos. And she has given you their best chapati. But because it is not your best, why don't you teach?
Why don't you teach them?
But so many said, you will teach this house girl, you take your time, invest money, and then they leave you.
They leave you.
What is the problem with being a blessing to another person? How can you afford to pay 10,000 shillings to someone and you can't invest? Venye tunaendanga kanisa tunatoa fungu la 10, mnachangia pastor wa kanisa yenu kununua gari, kujenga nyumba. Why can't you invest in this one person 10,000, 20,000 and help them develop a skill that can help you as long as they are still with you, or it can be a stepping stone for them to access another level of life. What is the problem?
The problem is jealous. Jealous is killing people in the family.
But this same employer, they get promoted in their workplace, they get commissions, they get bonuses. What is the problem with you being that to another person?
You see, and these employers who are taken by their company, they are being taken for forums, benchmarking, conferences, team building, all these things. And you are very happy and you say, company is so good. We are taken for team building. And you are happy because You will go, you will eat,
You'll be given allowances.
You'll be given allowances, you'll be taught and have something in your head.
You develop another skill.
But because of silly jealous, I call it silly jealous.
It is very
This
silly.
poor girl, you cannot teach her how to do something. Maybe, as you said, the way you cook things and you have said this is my perfect thing is so poor to another person.
It's the worst.
For me, I'm a Kikuyu. If you tell me to cook for you stew, you will get a swimming pool on in the middle of your table.
Swimming pool.
Swimming pool.
And it is your best.
It is my best.
And you cook it at your house and people enjoy it.
And in fact, when we don't put the water that they will say, "Hii chakula haina supu." To somebody else,
doesn't want a swimming pool. Doesn't even want a dash of water.
Doesn't want even a dash of water. You boil your meat. Others
I don't like boiling meat.
I don't like, another person does. So it is always good to show people how you want your things done. Surprisingly, the person who is to show doesn't know but want perfect things.
You're complaining and you're not showing.
You are complaining these things are not made. Maybe because you eat them in the 5-star hotels and you want the same girl you have brought from the village
to pay 3,000.
You are paying 3,000 to this girl
to cook a 5-star meal in your house.
To cook a 5-star meal in your house.
But you don't want to even invest in cooking skills.
You don't want to invest in any cooking skill. Anything good. Hata Mswahili anasema ukiona vielea vimeundwa. Unda huyu msichana. Kama unataka pase vizuri na unajua she can take care of the children, she's very good in other things. It's only just ironing. Why don't you look for somebody who will be coming to iron your clothes? Oh, why don't you iron yourself?
How many minutes is going?
But you see what they say? Mimi nilipe mtu alafu nifanye kwani amekuja hapa kufanya nini? I want to explain what is a house help. House help.
Explain.
A house help is somebody who is coming to help you in your house to achieve whatever you want done in your house. Help. You don't, when you go to help
they are
people,
not the owner.
They are not the owner of the
or
house.
the ones in charge.
And
they are
when
helping.
they are helping. When you tell me, help me to lift this table,
you hold the other side and
I hold this other side.
You're helping.
We are helping. We call them house helps. They have come in our house to help us. As they help us, let us give them directives. Sure. Now, we have not told anybody. You have brought somebody at 9 in the night. In the morning, 6, you are leaving the house. Kwani hawa wasichana hawakuangu wamefundishwa na nani? When you come in the evening, she has not done anything. There are switches, she need to know where they are. Orientation. You have not oriented your girl.
The outside lights, when are supposed to be switched on, the dogs.
The dogs are there.
Cooking time, eating time, sleeping.
Oh no, my God. There are things need to be removed from the fridge, the freezer, for her to
during
cook.
The day.
During the day. You didn't tell her. For us, as Mr. and so family, this is how we want things done. We don't have time for them. We just want them to come and have all the time for us. Because we also don't want them to go back to their people. If you employ somebody, you have employed them, their emotions, their everything. House girls are women. Most of them are girls. Even not women, girls. And you know, girls, we are created by God in a unique way. Msichana ni mtu wa kujibamba na kujibodoa na kujikaa vizuri. You know, a girl.
And we love it.
To be lovely. You want when this girl comes to your house. Sasa hiyo yote haachane naye. Akuwe kama scarecrow kwa nyumba.
Asikuibie bwana.
Asikuibie bwana. Paka watoto wanaogopa. I had a case the other day. A house girl went to somebody's house. And she had very nice long hair. Very nice long hair. And the boss told her, you have to shave that hair. My husband will snatch you. Because you have a very nice hair. And she did. Na akampeleka kinyozi. She shaved. The children started crying. Mommy, we don't want. This is a boy. This is a boy.
She now looks different.
She now looks different. And the children loved the girl the way she was. But the mother of the house, hataki.
How is that even possible?
Atanyang'anywa bwana. There's one thing I always say, and I'm gonna say it here. Whenever you are with somebody's a man, if you are a lady, you are working with men in your office. Be sure and know they are people's husbands. People's husbands are wherever. Sasa mnakuta watu unafanya kazi na wanaume, unaenda team building. Unakuta umeshika mwanaume wa wenyewe ati ni team building mnafanya hapa. Bibi yake akikukuta atakuuliza. Wewe unaambia msichana wa nyumba atakulibia bwana. Wewe unajua ukikuta na bibi yako wewe mnachekanga na yeye huko until you lift your legs up laughing with your colleague. They say colleagues. But when this girl is in your house, you are just seeing her. She's a thief. She will steal your husband. She's a thief. She'll steal your food.
And this husband, they will do it whether you like it or not. Whether the house girl looks like a scarecrow, whether it is your sister, it is his sister.
They do it.
If a man wants to do these things,
they will.
None of the physical appearance will matter. You will. I hear some,
it doesn't matter.
Some employers, the ladies, they get very ugly uniform for the house girls,
sure.
for them not to show their, body. But who are men?
Men.
Kwani Kenya nataka iko juu ya nguo?
Men are men. You will try all means. Somebody who is supposed to do that, they will do. Whether you give them these funny uniforms, whether you tell them to put kitambaa, whether you tell them to do anything.
If your husband
is to do, they will do. Just let these girls be themselves. Let them be. Mwachilie. Because we are saying, we are also having professional house girls nowadays. Unajua Lydia, things have changed. We have these big, nice houses.
Yeah.
They have many apparatus.
True.
You don't just want somebody who will come as another child in your house. Every morning, this one is for water. They don't know where to press. This one is gas cooker. They don't know where to press. You want a profession. Somebody who at least have an idea
of what this is. You
want somebody who knows this is how beds are made. And we are saying if they don't know, you can teach them. But now you find you want, I say, you are looking for a V8, but your money is for a V8. You want a V8 in your house. Somebody,
a machine.
A big machine. Who will do everything? They know this. When they go to the bedroom, 5-star beds. When they go to the kitchen, they can cook everything. Pizzas, everything. Cakes, everything. Different cuisines. When you come, you are just enjoying them. And they know how to serve. To serve your guests.
But
cost
ni ya V8 ama tuktuk.
Umefikisha tu V8. Hata
Vits ama tuktuk.
Vits ama tuktuk. Wewe unataka umekwamia kwa Vits. Huyu mtu ako na mambo zake. They have taken their time. Like now nimesoma vitu mingi. Hata kama sio mimi nilikuwa ninalipa. Other people were having the cost.
But your cost now is high because you have the skills.
Yeah, the cost now is high. I am just appealing to our employers. Why don't you, if the girl you are having in your house, they are not up to date, update them.
They don't want to spend money.
You have brought a girl in your house. She doesn't know how to use a laptop. But your children are, the homework that they are supposed to do
requires
a laptop. She has never even seen. Even opening wacha kuifungua ati iwake. She doesn't know. And you are making noise. Homework, CBC tunajua siku hizi. With the CBC.
Iko na mambo mingi.
Lazima ukue updated.
Na ukue creative.
The world is moving very fast. Even the house girls
need to be updated.
They need to be updated. They need to move very fast like the world is moving. Everything has changed. Msichana unamtoa nyumbani. She just know how to use makaa.
Ajui gas.
Sasa wacha gas. Hata meko hajawahi ona. Na umemwacha saa 12, au watoto prepare driver ako hapo nje muende shule. Msichana anasimama pale anashindwa. She even doesn't know the fire will come from here. Because she has never seen. Na wewe umetoka umeenda.
Why pika sausages,
eggs,
bacon.
She even don't know where to start or where to end. Employers, when you bring girls in your houses, take your time. Orient them. This is the bedroom.
And be patient.
Be patient with them. You know, you do not plant a seed today
and it grows tomorrow.
And tomorrow you are getting the fruit. There is always time. So employer anakuleta asubuhi. Msichana anakuja anakuta choni 4 kwa nyumba. Na anafikiria she can use any.
You have not told her what hers is.
You have not heard, this is for the guest, this is for you, you have not said. Now she is cleaning your bedroom and she just want to release herself. And now this is the time you are coming. And you also want to release yourself. Na umekuja na mbio zako. Kwenda kwa choo unakuta msichana hajajua umeingia. Unakoka unashida, who is this in my bedroom? You grow mad. Msichana anakuambia nilikuwa najisaidia. You didn't tell her anything. She's just doing the right thing. This is a toilet.
And I think some girls, they come with different skills. Like for you, you said with the time you ended up learning this, going for colleges, going to develop skills. And I feel like some girls are able to do some other things that even is not in their job description. And can you talk about that? Because I feel like if you have employed someone who can also do something else, like use the laptop, someone who can help you, you know, with your children do homework, someone who can fix your child's hair, someone who can bake whenever you have guests, or whenever you have, you know, birthdays, someone who just want to change your cuisine in the house. I feel like most of the time the employers don't take note of these kind of other skills that are beyond, are not even in the job description. And do house girls get rewarded for that? Because
thank you so much, thank you so much, Lydia, for that. God has created people differently. There are house girls who have never gone to college, but they are talented.
Yeah, true.
They are really talented.
Naturally.
You would ask them for papers. They don't have any. But they are the best people who can manage your house. They know how to plait, to do salon work. They can do things with their hands. They can bake, as you see. They can make anything that you want, different cuisines in your house. If you give them fruits professionally,
they can cut them really well.
But we find their employers, they take advantage of them. My girl really knows how to cook cakes. I have been wasting money
to get birthday cakes for the children.
Now I'm at it. She's here. She's baking like nothing. And you can't even tip her.
She has saved you 5,000. You can't give her 1.
You can't even give her 1,000. Not even money. You know, appreciating people is not only money-wise. You can even tell her, thank you so much, Mary. We have been having house girls in this house. You are the best. We have never seen somebody who has ever done this. You know, that will elevate her spirit. It will elevate her.
She will even want to do more.
She will do more. When we appreciate people, they tend to do more.
They get motivated
and do more. We have had employers who have house girls. Anakuta tu msichana amejitolea. Without her own good heart. She has plated the children.
The school lines.
Habari mama. They are called habari mama. They are called habari mama. So they have plated. Very nice. And you are like, oh, the lady who comes to plate my children asks for 500 shillings.
No, here I am getting.
What do you mean this girl has been in this house and she has been hiding this from me? So the next time it will be you.
Kwa nini hujashuka mtoto nywele? No, mtoto weekend ashikwe nywele.
Mtoto make sure wanaenda trip. Umshuke. You cannot add anything.
Even 200 shillings.
You can't. Even 200 shillings.
Sorry. I got kawan.
It's a kazuri.
I was looking for nini.
Is that a bag yangu? Thank you so much.
Welcome. It's
okay. You can't even tip her. It has not become an
part
issue.
Of her work. It's job description.
In fact, not job description. You can quarrel her.
Haya.
Hizi nywele tangu siku ile ulishuka msichana ni nini unafanya huko haujawahi mshuka tena? And you're left wondering, what is this? Mama nani? Nilijitolea. You didn't even appreciate. And that is why you find these girls, they hide
their talents.
And I'm telling you
skills.
girls, please, don't hide them. Do it, whether you are paid or not. There's a God in heaven.
Who is seeing
what you are doing. Siku ingine utasikia, oh, mwana wito. It's the employer now. Mwana wito. That time it's mwana wito. Mwana wito. See, can you come and remove this hair of mine and you make this weave? Weave lines. For me to go to work just for 1 week. Just for 1 week. And then she makes it perfectly, more than the ones. You go and pay and you say, oh, please, tip them. Tip them. If you see that there is something they can do, you either tip them or you improve on that skill. Because if they say somebody is cooking nice cakes, you can improve them and tell them, now I want to put for you a side hustle somewhere where you'll be doing this. Or even you can tell them, you have released you. This thing will give you more money than what you are getting in my house. Can you please go to school and improve on it?
Because there's a lady on Instagram, I don't know whether you know her, her name is Murugimonyi. Some time back, even before I started even thinking about these house girl things, she was like, she brought a chef, a professional chef, a lady who helps families, who helps nannies in the families to learn how to cook good food, so that children can enjoy good food, the family can enjoy good food. And then these when the schools opened, she was asking people to suggest to her what skills or what things she can help take their nanny and they learn about, because they are having a lot of time, because not all her 3 children they are going to school from 8 a.m. up to 4 p.m. Now, because this time there is nothing to be done in the house, she wants people to suggest to her things that she can be able to pay for their nanny to go and learn. Everybody was like, what do you mean pay for her to go and learn? She will leave you. And she was like, and so she will live here with a skill and I will get blessed for blessing someone else. What is the problem with blessing someone?
Tobias and Sanballat. They always don't want the wall to be built. Somebody is here saying how they want to improve a life of somebody.
And you think they are doing wrong.
And you're always showing them that they are doing wrong.
And even these employees, now let's come back home now. There's employees who have restrictions of, you close the bedroom, or sijui there are some places your house girl cannot eat from with the rest of the family. Their food. There are house girls who cannot eat the same food she has cooked for the rest of the family. Her, she will cook, you eat, the family will eat different food, but for her, she will eat ugali cabbage. And I don't know, and unfortunately, even in 2024, this is still happening. Not even somewhere at Mbali. Hapa tu kwetu Nairobi. What is the problem, Lucy?
We have a lot of cries on matters concern food, especially food in the family.
And you would think food is the last thing that should be an issue.
You would think food is the last thing that should be an issue, but food is one of the most talked things in homes. You find that there are people, when they are cooking chicken, meat, call them, the house girl cannot even cook. It is now the mother of the house who can cook. Other things she can cook. And when they eat, the girl should not be even near. Let me remind our employers, when these girls have come to our houses, they have come to take care of our children and our homes. Our children are watching. They are learning. And we want to break the barrier now. You know, these things have been there. We cannot deny it. We want to break it. Because if your children see you telling your house girl, don't do this, they also do it when they are grown-ups. We want to have a barrier now. Break it. When the children are seeing you, giving your house girl certain foods, instructing them on what to do on certain foods, a fruit. This girl is staying in your house. You have told her she should not go beyond the gate of your house. Even if you are paying her $1 million, she doesn't have time to go and buy those fruits that you are denying her in the house.
She doesn't. Some even don't have off days.
They don't have off days. 24/7 they are in the confinement of your house.
30 days of the month.
30 days of the month, they are just there. You don't want them to eat the fruit that you have brought to your children. And I normally say, if you know your children are eating healthily when they eat fruits, this is a person. They also want to be healthy. You don't want a weakling in your house. Somebody who is mopping your house and they are fainted. It will add trouble to you because you will take them to the hospital. If fruits give people good health, why not this girl? Just a fruit.
If you want the house girl to make sure your breakfast have like a fruit. Because you need to be healthy, you need to have energy throughout the day.
You know,
what about them?
Most people think that, I don't know why I am not sure. But most people think that house girls don't get hungry.
By the way,
they don't get hungry. They don't see good things. You bring all types of fruits, but for her, she don't have that
desire.
She don't have the desire. You can bring anything. Pizzas. You know, there are people who buy hizo pizzas. You can't give her even a piece. A piece. And you are there sitting down with the chips and chicken and everything.
They are given when the food has overstayed in the fridge. In chakula, there you would have eaten the following day.
Sure. So we are saying, these are people, it is only that they are branded house girls.
Now let's talk about the house girls that get physical violence on children, because we've really talked about the employer. Now let's come to the employer's side. How do you navigate a violent house girl? And you know, some of them, when these cases they come up on social media, most people say, kama ni mimi nilipata akipiga mtoto wangu ningemuua, ningemfanyia hivi, angekujiwa hapo na gari ya mochari. How are the employers supposed to react in such scenarios when you find out that someone has been violent on your child? Because I understand, and even I know someone very close to me who, and is a guy, he got molested by the house girl when he was young. As young as in class 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Akitokea tu hivi shule anaitwa bedroom, and this girl would make him do a lot of things, and even up to today the mother doesn't know. But you know, it's something. If someone tells you, me, I started sex with our house girl, so you find there is so much sodomization, raping, and physical violence. How is an employer supposed to react in such a case? And does it happen? Have you heard about it?
It's rampant. We have such cases of girls who misbehave. I say it's misbehaving. Because when somebody employs you to work, they're just supposed to work. There are girls who go to houses and they get a gap. I call it a gap. This gap comes because the parent is too busy for her children. So the only person that is relating with the children is the house girl. If they are hurt, they come and pour to the house girl because the parent is too busy.
Even those who get bullied in school, they come and tell. The house girl knows.
It's the house girl that knows. Is that they don't tell the parents, or the relationship between the children and the parents is poor. We have two types of parents. TB, that is too busy. They are too busy for their children.
They're looking for money.
They are looking for money, and they think children needs presents. Anakuja na matoys, anakuja na kila kitu, the good schools, everything, cars, everything. They are too busy. TB parent. And another one is PC. Present and conscious. When you are present to your children and you are very conscious, that's the best parent. You will not give time for your children to be relating too much with the house girl. Now, when the house girl is relating too much with his children, the child is coming and saying, I have been bullied in school. People were telling me this. Some of these children are big. The girl is here 24/7. The child ni wale nao umesema they should not come out of the house. You are guarding your children. Sitaki aende na huko akutane na watoto wale wengine.
Asicheze hapo nje ya gate.
Asicheze hapo nje ya gate, asifanye nini? So these are two people in the house ambao wako confined hapo. Crazy things start happening.
The devil workshop.
The devil workshop.
Because idleness.
Idleness. This is a big boy. Now he is in high school. Now he is in class 7, class 8.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy. The house girl is here. Na yeye anaambiwa usiende na usichukue bwana yangu.
Afu anaanza kuwatch TV.
What do you think will happen? Because you have opened the door for the two. Mtoto wako akikwambia kitu sitaki kusikia. Akikwambia kitu shule kulifanyika 1 2 3. So and so is doing this to me. You don't want to listen. You don't have time.
Ama hata anaogopa, anasikia ile kelele unapiganga.
Kwanza anajua mama yangu anapiganga kelele. Mama, mimi kelele ya mama yangu sitaki. Naye huyu msichana unajua yeye atampigia kelele kwa sababu it's a rule of your house. Watoto wako wasipigiwe kelele. So anamsikiliza vizuri and they find shoulders to lean on them. So when you have that gap, mostly, not always, we get these things happen. Or you get, there are also people who are naturally, they are bad.
Yeah, they are bad human beings.
They are bad humans beings. And we cannot separate them from other people and say this one is bad, they should stay there, people should know they are bad, and this one is good. Wanasemanga gano na adawani. How do you say in English?
Chaffs and rice.
They are there. They are together.
They are together.
Now to separate them, there need to be something. You need to know how you relate with your children, because there are parents who is a no-go zone to their children. Maybe it's a mother, and even the husband is a no-go zone to you as the wife. Maybe the children, maybe the house girl. No, wewe ndio simba wa nyumba.
Kila mtu wako.
Wewe ni simba wa nyumba. So when you are the lady and you enter, kila mtu anaogopa. Some people even feel like hiding. Children go to the bedroom. Instead of mommy, they tell you what the day was. Have a good relationship with your children.
Hata wengine wanakuja kama watoto washalala. Na asubuhi ameshaenda.
Or these nowadays you cannot go to the bedroom of your child. Mtoto wako bedroom achana na yeye. You don't know what the child is doing there.
Na amepewa tablet.
Na amepewa tablet, anakunywa madawa, anakunywa kila kitu. I was in somebody's another house and the owner was telling me their girl is big. And she could really stay in the bedroom. She could not get out of the bedroom. She's just in the bedroom. Just in the bedroom. And she was buying this udi. I don't know how it is called in English. Hii ya kuweka room smell good. So she was smoking bangi and doing all sorts of things. Unfortunately, her mother had been married with her.
Oh, okay.
She was not for the same dad that they were staying. So, and this man was molesting the mother. So the girl was just there Googling, how can I kill this man? How can I kill this man? So one day, there was an employer who told me that her daughter is always in the bedroom. And she was wondering, she doesn't come out of the bedroom. And when she comes out of the bedroom is when other people are sleeping. She can't face people on the eyes. And she realized that she used to have bangi, medicine, what are they called? Drugs in the room. Alcohol in the room. So, unfortunately, the mother was married with her when she was born. So she was not of the same dad. The dad of the husband of the mom. That current. So, and the man was really molesting the mother. So this girl said, you don't know me. I'll kill you. So when she was in the bedroom, she ordered for a pen knife. A pen knife. Ile ya kufungua. And she said, I'm going to stab her with this knife.
The mother or
the dad? The dad is the one who is molesting the mother. So the girl said, because of kutumia madawa, and now she is high. And she is seeing what the man is doing to
the mother.
To the mother. She said, I'm going to kill her. Do you know it is the house girl who saved that man not to be killed? Because when she ordered online for the pen knife, when it came, the person who received it
is the house girl.
It was the house girl. And she felt. She felt. And she asked her, so and so, what is this? And now, because the girl was really waiting for the knife, the man was sleeping.
Okay, guys.
When the knife was coming, she was just high and waiting for the knife to come. She said, this is a knife. I'm going to kill this so-called dad of mine. And so the girl snatched it and she ran away and hid it. So if were it not for this house girl, this man would have been killed.
The worst would have happened.
The worst would have happened. So we are saying sometimes it is good to have a very close relationship with your children, even when the house girls are there. We also have hostile house girls. Those people who are in the industry just because they want to do a job, because they
earn.
To earn. They don't have the passion, the love for everything. Surely the idea. How do you molest somebody's child because I'm having issues with you? What does the child have to do with it?
Because most house girls punish their employer
Yes.
through the children.
Through the children. You know, they are being slapped. Utaniona. Mama yako ananifanyanga. You know, this child is so
And I don't know if the employer, they know that their children get punished for how they behave towards the house girl.
Most of them, because we have said they are too busy, they don't know. Sometimes the children go to an extent of being inflicted with pain, and you know when it is too late. There are house girls who are there out, and we are not refuting. They are there. They are really bad. They can do anything. Wengine tumesikia wanakojorea chakula, sijui wengine wanafanya nini, sijui they are punishing. They are punished in the name of punishing employers. We are warning you girls, behave.
Ama uache kazi kama
if you feel something is not working, the two of you, if you feel your husband is not working for you, just release her. If you feel the employer you are having is not working for you, just release one another, instead of waiting until everything is overflowing.
That's when you want to react.
If you see something is not working and you talk over it, and you see now we don't have any, just release it. Mapema, do your best. Just go. You'll get somebody else.
And now, one question. There are those house girls, because I have witnessed it in my own home when I was growing up. Our house had a lot of guests, because I've come from a well-known or a rich family.
Wow.
Where guests are always in this house 24/7. This one leaves, this one gets in. Sometimes there are a lot of guests in the house, and maybe relatives who have come to stay because maybe the house is near the college. And I understand some, even here in Nairobi, sometimes the employers, siblings, relatives, parents, grandmothers, grandparents, they come to stay with the family. Maybe they are looking for work, ama they are working somewhere before they start to getting their own house, ama the siblings are going to a college, And I want to ask, because I feel like when someone was getting employed, a house girl, you found mother, father, and 2 children, and you are told this is a family setup.
Sure.
These are the people you'll be in charge of, and you agreed on the salary and everything. Within few weeks or 4 months, there is now 2 sisters in the house. The grandmother from the village, she got sick. She has come now to live
medication.
And this, I feel like these guests and outside parties and relatives, they really come and interfere with the house girls' work. Take us through that.
That's a very important question. It is something that is really troubling house girls. When you got me, you told me that my house is small, and you gave me the description of your house, the children you have, and now I've come. And we have stayed maybe for a month. Now, within that month, nobody came. Now, your husband is the firstborn in their family, and he's wealthy.
Breadwinner.
He's the breadwinner. Everybody, the whole clan
looks upon him.
The whole clan looks upon him, which is good. We are not saying it's bad.
No.
But now, when everybody has an issue in the village or wherever they are, the first landing is here. 2 cousins are here, they're in college. Your sister is here, she has finished college, she's coming for, I don't know, to look for work.
Your mother is sick.
The whole clan lands here. Every day you are told, Shosho is here, she is eating this. This is who, she is eating this. This is another one.
The bedrooms have to be cleaned every day.
The waking time. You don't have specific time when people wake up, and you disorient all the house.
The whole setup.
The whole setup of the house is disoriented. This girl is used to waking up, fanya kidogo kuosha nyumba, haraka do everything, goes to the bedroom and finishes her work. Now, it is already 1. 2 people are still in the bedroom. And this bedroom, she will also go back and clean it. It's already 1.
Some have not taken breakfast.
Now you even wonder, am I going to give them breakfast or lunch? Because they are waking up at different intervals. Watoto wanataka spaghetti bolognese.
Shosho anataka ugali kunde.
Shosho anataka ugali kunde. Sister yako kwanza ndio mbaya sana, anataka sausages. Na ziko kwa freezer. Saa hiyo ameamuka. The time they have woken up, the sausages are in the freezer. And your sister, she wants 3 sausages with immediate effect. This girl is left wondering, now who do I serve? The children are here. This one wants this. Another one wants pizza. And you are the one who cooks the pizza. I want this. I want this. No, when it comes to eating or breakfast, or this girl is so confused. Who do I serve? If she makes a mistake of not serving one, especially the mother, the shosho of the house, she will get it rough.
Okay.
Because when the owners of the house come, huyu msichana uko naye hata ako na madharau. Sasa you wonder, madharau imekujia wapi?
And they always don't even want to reason out.
You don't want to reason out. This girl is working. There was a graduation which was taking place in EKU. All the guests have come to your house. You can't even look for somebody.
They cannot outsource extra labor.
They cannot. It is silikona msichana. Kwani atafanya?
Apikie wageni wote, aoshe nyumba, bedroom. Na bado schedule yake ya kila siku ya watoto shule nini inaendelea.
Na anafanyisha watoto homework. When this girl is going to sleep, she is tired, worn out. She even don't sleep, because how do you sleep at 3 a.m. and you are waking up at 5? Have you slept? Na watu wanajitandaza kwa nyumba. They are all accusing this girl. She didn't do this. Imagine I asked her to do this and she refused. Imagine I woke up and she was not effective in giving me breakfast. Imagine she forgot to do this girl is left wondering, surely, when will these guests ever finish in this house? And when she talks, the abuses she will get from the employer, where the employer does not remember. We had an agreement.
This is who she was coming to work for.
This is what she was coming.
If there is anything extra that needs to be done, you need to outsource extra laborer.
Outsource extra laborer. Or if it is the little one, you know, there are some she can handle. They are major, she cannot handle. If there is something that she can handle, just tip her. Just tip her.
Exactly.
And appreciate her and tell her, oh, we are very sorry. Last night you slept late. And we really felt for you. We had our guests. This and this was happening. Please accept this as a token of appreciation.
I don't even think employers, they tip house girls. Like, your mother have come, we have extra 5 guests in the house. She has cooked extra ugali. She has done extra cleanings. She has done, why don't you tip and tell her, I know this was a hectic weekend for all of us. Take this ka 1,000. Go on your off day. Go and spoil yourself. But you want her. So wewe ulikuja kazi, ulitoka kwenyu village ukakuja kufanya nini?
Ulitoka kwenyu ulikuwa unakuja kufanya nini? And you forget, we are all house girls in different levels. I always use that word. We are all, because where you are employed, you have a boss. You are the house girl of that boss. It's only that you are called another name: accountant, receptionist, salesperson. It's
you are a house girl. You are a literally helper.
You are under somebody. You are under somebody, and that does not mean when people are under you, you undermine them. Please, employers, let us be gentle. Let us be gentle on these girls. And I want to tell employers, these many guests we are talking about, whenever they come to your house, they can spoil a good house girl.
Okay, true.
They can. Because the order this one is giving is very harsh from the other one who is the other. Even the owners of the house could be very nice. But the guests who come to your house,
they can make things go upside down.
They can make things go upside down. When some of them, they don't need the assistance of the girl to cook, but when they go to that kitchen,
they make a mess.
They make a mess.
Ngwashedo, mamokimo, nini, everything.
Uji ikipikwa, unga ilimwagiliwa drawer zote. Now when you open a drawer kuna unga. Shosho ndiye alikuwa kwa hapo.
You do extra work.
You do extra work. And when you come, you don't understand. Please understand this, girls.
Shosho amepika bugali na non-stick sufuria. Imeharibika. Na hakusema. You know they don't report. The relatives, they don't report themselves. And they broke a glass. They didn't talk about. Alienda kaificha hapo. Wewe hata house girl ajangalia kapa. Wewe ndio umepata glass yako imevunjika.
You can even see. Even the girls, they see. It is Shosho who did it.
But they don't want to get in between.
Or even they say anaambiwa, mama yangu avunje. Kwani unaona kama ameanza kupika leo?
Ametulia na drawer mzima ya vyombo.
Ametulia na vitu mzima ya vyombo. Or the girls breaks. Tuende kwa msichana. Unajua hiyo sahani nilinunua Naivas. How much? Unajua hiyo sahani nilitoa wapi? Unajua hiyo kitu nilitoa wapi? You know, surely. Let us be lenient to these girls. They are people. They are people like us. They can mess. I can hold a flask and it breaks. I can hold a glass and it breaks.
Wanakatangu kwa mshahara.
Wanakatwa.
Mtu mshahara imekatwa. Hiyo omo ilikuwa ioshe vyombo, ioshe nguo 2 weeks. Umosha 1 week. The extra one I'm buying.
When pesa ni yako.
Alafu kikuta ngozi jangara.
So let us be lenient. We train them where they don't know. And above all, let us have patience.
Oh God,
with them. I want to finish with
what you do first. Because you are now not a house girl.
I do.
We want to understand the work you are currently doing, how you do it, where we can get to. Maybe if an employer wants to train their house girl, are you able to do that? What do you do? Where can we get to? And your final remarks.
Thank you so much. Lucy is doing whatever she's talking every day. I get employers who call me to talk to their workers, drivers, caregivers, all of them. And I am talking to the girls, I'm talking to the employers. If you want to get me, we are in collaboration with people called Graceful Mates. These are the people that help us train our house girls. Lucy is working in collaboration with them to train house girls, while we are working on a network that we are calling Nanny Network, whereby we will have a network for girls to come and we encourage one another. We talk of good stories, we talk of negative stories. This is what Lucy is working on. If you want to get me, I have a contact number which is 0724 358876. You can call me. I can always come wherever you are, or we can plan on where to meet and discuss some of these things.
And on top of that, do you help outsource nannies or house helps?
We do, because mostly when we are talking these things, there are people who are watching us, and we thank God for them. There are people who would say, Lucy, I would want you to connect to me
with a good house
girl. We do at a charge.
Yeah.
And we also have girls we connect with jobs. So we connect house girls with jobs and employers with house girls. We give advice also to everybody who wants our advice on matters concerning this industry. Yeah. On TikTok, I'm Lucy710, and on YouTube, I'm called Lucy Wananis.
Lucy Wananis.
We
will put all of them on the screen.
That is how they call me. And I do this work dedicated to be rewarded by God.
Haina malipo. Ile ya Mungu.
The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, all other. If God wants me to have others, He brings in His own way. I don't know. They come. They come.
True.
But first, I'm focusing on the family, the house girls, the employers. Other things, they do come. The way God wants them to come, they come. Because we get girls who are chased away in the night. They need transport. Sometimes they call me, Lucy, I've been chased. I don't have transport. And we really help many girls in this industry when they're in trouble. So we trust God, as I said when I started, to show us the way. Yes.
True.
And I want to finish by saying, I'll finish with a song. is a song that we sing mostly to children in Sunday school. It gives specific place where we should be happy, the time we should be happy, and how we should be happy. Most people know it, so just not be bored when you listen it again and again. It says, the time to be happy is now, and the place to be happy is here. And the ways to be happy is to make someone happy and to have a little heaven down here. The song has said, the time is now. It is now that you'll be happy in your house. You don't prepare to be happy, kesho ndio utakuwa na furaha. It is time is now. The place is in your house. It is only in your house that you can be happy. Relate well with your girls for you to be happy. The way to be happy is to make someone happy. Make someone happy. And when we make people happy, it doesn't mean that we have to be happy first. We can have issues. We can have problems. We can be hungry. We can be sad.
We can be sick.
We can be sick. Any situation that you can be in, God has given us power to make other people, regardless of the situation that we are having. Make a little heaven down here in your house, because salvation is not about going to heaven. No, salvation is bringing heaven in us. It is the little heaven that we put in our homes that will take us to heaven. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I think one thing that I've learned from you today, and apart from amongst many other, is that you allow God to lead you, and you be good to others, and you will reap the benefits of that. Because this industry of house helps, nannies, housemaids, is not a small industry.
It is not.
It is an industry that is overlooked, but holds the community down. Because imagine you are working in a company, and you have children, you have a house to run, you have house chores, and house chores are, people think house chores are easy.
And they never end.
They never end. That's the thing. Someone will say, you just washed utensils and cleaned the house. You clean the house, someone passed with the dirty shoes, they dirtified the house again.
You washed utensils, someone drank water.
They left the glass there. And now for you think it's only that. It's a very deep industry that needs a lot of information, a lot of education, a lot of God's grace, a lot of patience. Because these house girls, you want to pay a house girl 3,000 from Ushago. Your parent, your grandmother has helped you outsource the person. But you want them to work like a V8. Or a Range Rover, like the way Lucy have said, then invest in them. There is a blessing in giving. If you want, even you who is able to afford to pay a house girl this money, it is because you have gone somewhere, looked for a job, someone has trained you how to do your job, someone has paid for team building, someone has paid for outsourced, because most companies, the employers outsource people to come and train their employees. But why don't you want to do it to that one person? And even if you teach them how to do something else, like plait the hair, computer packages, drive. Sometimes you have traveled for work. There's a car in the parking. Your child is sick. This house girl, if you would have invested 20,000 for driving in them, they would have drove your child to the hospital before they get to you and tell you, no, so and so is sick. By the time you're looking for a driver and Uber, your life, your child's life is at risk. Because I know someone who has invested that skill in their house girls, and something similar happened to that. The child got sick during the night. She just drove the car to the hospital and called, Mama, mtoto amegonjeka nimemleta hospitali. You invest in someone, whether it's going to help you and whether it is not going to help you, that is your own blessing with God. Learn to invest, learn to help without wanting it
to
to
bounce
benefit
back
you,
to
to help
bounce back
someone.
to you.
Someone could be somewhere living a better life, living in a better place because you did 1-2 on them. So that is, I think, the thing that I've learned so far. And thank you, Lucy, for coming. Tunashukuru sana.
Asante.
If you're looking for a house help, and you want someone professional, someone who's good at their job, contact Lucy. If you are an employer, you want someone to talk to your employees, house girls, kuonyesha kufanya kazi, kuonyesha kuishi na watoto,
hata
kuongea true. Reach out to Lucy and please follow her on YouTube, follow her on TikTok, Lucy710. Everything was on the screen. And asanteni sana. Please remember to leave a comment down below, something you have gained from the episode today. And also remember to subscribe for more content like this. And also shoot location, Edmo Suits. Kama unatafuta Airbnb for a long-term stay and a short-term stay around Kileleshwa, Riverside and Westlands, contact Edmo Suits. They have the best apartments, from studio apartments up to 4 bedrooms apartment. And I have a code that I keep forgetting to share. If you mention my name, Lydia500, you get 500 off your next stay with Edmo Suits. And until next time, asanteni sana. Have a lovely time.